Welcome back to BOOMXBEAUTYBEAT. It's Laura here, and we are covering yet another R topic today, and that topic is called Relinquish. We are in the Dating Detective series, getting close to the end, and what we're doing is really trying to hone in on what steps, strategies do we need to take in order for our love life to become more of a success, and what stands in the way of that, and what have we been messing up on. So this Dating Detective series is under the umbrella of the Ultimate Transformation Plan 777, which is where I take a topic and take 21 videos and transform that area of your life. And so far we've done health and body transformation, and now we're doing love, and we'll be moving on to more after this. But don't forget, at the end of this series you're going to find out who I ended up choosing from those 7 date scenarios that are on the series that you guys can go back and take a look at, because that's coming up really soon, and I'm excited to kind of let you know what happened with all of that. So let's begin. Relinquishing control. Now this topic I have to discuss because it rarely is discussed, but it's also a key that they don't tell you about in order to move your relationship forward. It seems very counterintuitive for someone that you're trying to bring closer to you to actually relinquish control, and humans are like magnets, and they can attract both together, or we can repel. You know when you put 2 magnets together and it's like that force that's pushing each other apart. So how that's navigated is crucial here, and you know, the more you want something, the more you want someone, the more you repel it. So we're going to talk about how to deal with that. You're not going to like hearing this, but this is what's going to happen. You need to have faith that what is meant for you will never pass you by. And that is one of the hardest things, because we're letting go of our ego and our pride and our control, and we're leaving it to the universe, which is tough. It's a tough thing to grasp. It's also very tough for us to fully grasp that we are lovable. That's one of the most difficult things to get your hands on when you have not had a childhood or experienced things in your life that reflect that fact. We are believing that we're all about, if our parents didn't love us, or if we didn't get loved by our first husband, or whatever it is, that we are now unlovable, when that is the furthest thing from what we are. But that hard for me too, you guys, to grasp onto. Sometimes for me personally, I would overgive, I would overshow the other person, and it's natural human nature for them to take advantage and mistake all of that kind, giving, people pleasing nature for weakness. And it took a major tsunami shift for me to pull back my desire to give and get that love, and realize that as I stand, I'm lovable. That's such a tough shift. It's just a few words and a few sentences, but a mountain of self-love and work to get through. So if you find yourself being a chaser and you're always trying to get the person to love you or hope they do, this is where we have to do a quantum shift in this very video. I believe it's okay to give people a glimpse of all you have to give, whether that's that you're a great chef, that you give great massages, that you're just a very giving person. Show them glimpses of that, but you have to have a strong sense of your own life, your own schedule, your own values, and that is all to try to evade the codependency trap. Because as soon as you determine that you need that person's love in order to fill you, is the second it becomes what it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be 2 whole people loving each other, and yes, helping and giving each other what the other person needs, but you don't have to have that person in order for you to be fully happy, enlightened, and in your power. If it's an addition that's going to add to you, great. But if you need to give of yourself to the point of depletion in order to get breadcrumbs from the other, that is not harmonious. That is not balanced. That is not what you want to live with for the rest of your life. You're going to notice the minute that, well, I know with me, the minute I try to control a person or control an outcome is the second the pull away happens, and it becomes like a runner and a chaser dynamic. If you like someone or even love someone, you have to give a bit of trust to yourself that you're going to be able to hold your boundaries. You're going to be able to hold to your dating goals. You're going to be able to have proper and decent expectations of the relationship and of the other person, and will not compromise what your needs, wants, desires are, and settle to the point of affecting your core values. So that is all something you have to be super strong in and continue building upon that strength every single day. It takes a lot of work and a lot of self actualization and love. Another thing that's kind of hard to take sometimes is that everyone is on a different growth timeline, and although you can see so much potential in someone, the timing might be off. And until, I like to call it divine timing, until timing is meant. And I know sometimes we come together, we break up, we have to go grow a little bit more, and then we can come back together. So know that just because you go into separation, if that does happen, it doesn't necessarily mean that that relationship's not for you. It might mean that you've triggered some growth in each other that you need to go back to the drawing board, finish up, and then you can come back together. But a lot of times one person is more ready to dive in to the whole relationship experience and commit than the other, which always creates a bit of a wedge, right? And fear. But remember, we all have free will. We can all walk away. And if we feel strung along, we don't have to live in that. We can jump out and allow the other person to give them the space to decide if they're ready or not for more, because you may be much more ready than they are, and they need to come to the realization of your worth. And sometimes that takes an awful lot of soul searching and alone time, especially in masculine energy, because they're a lot of times a lot slower to come to conclusions than we women are. We're like, come on, get with the program, hurry up and get, this is it. Don't you see it's it? Come on, let's just where's the ring? If you like it, put a ring on it, Beyonce says. So now I'm just going to bring back that topic of relinquish. And what that means is to hold space for the universe to step in and help bring the both of you together. Relinquish control. So if this person is meant for you, they're coming. You just have to allow the timelines to link in. And it means also that you may not come together. And if you're not coming together, it might not be this lifetime. They might not be able to come to terms with what needs to be done work-wise and all of that. But don't fret. There's always more fish in the sea, more soulmates to soul up to. We all have that free will. So it's frustrating, but many factors can be at play here preventing this union from coming together. It could be anything from their childhood trauma, like karmic relationships that have created a wound, or family ties, religious or cultural factors. But it all comes down to one thing. You need to understand that the universe's rejection, if it doesn't come together, is likely or always is your protection. And there is either something better out there for you, and or this person was going to cause you more harm than good in the end. So you can let it go and thank the universe for saving you years. But if you're stubborn about it and you push on anyway, even though they're showing you every sign that it's not meant for you, then you're going to have to go through so much more anguish and longer learning curve times, which sort of sucks, because you want your life to be as co-createdly perfect as you can make it by listening to your intuition, listening to your guides, listening to the universe, spending time in meditation, and understanding what it is to be in union is not maybe what you think it is. It should be something that is less codependent and more a healthy, two strong, healed people coming together, which makes it so much more wonderful and harmonious. It's the old saying, if you love something, set it free. If it comes back, it was meant to be. So when you feel sorrow, then you need to turn your sorrow and angst and pain and energy inwards. Alchemize it, use it into going deeper into your own issues, your own wounds, your own abandonment issues, your fear of being alone, your fear of being able to get on in this world by yourself. All those fears have to be erased before you're fully ready. Pain is your biggest catalyst for change, and it's often just the biggest nudge for self-reflection and guiding you to connect to nature, to source energy, to meditate, to ask your guides for guidance. And all those things are just simple, easy things to do. But remember that forcing your hand always creates a repelling reaction. So relinquish the control. Allow the universe to take over. Take a nap, take a bath, take a pill. I'm just kidding. Relax. It's going to be okay, because your pain, use it for you. That is your special little ingredient to transform your insides, because you should be in as much calmness and joy as humanly possible in this world, as much as we can. But any contrast to that is only to help you grow. So don't think of it as negativity, think of it as contrast. Why are you freaking out because they haven't texted you in 3 hours? Why are you Look into yourself, because we are getting activated in our relationships, triggered, so that we can heal our wounds, not just so it can be peaceful and harmonious all the time. We are all also getting triggered. So relinquish. That is today's video, and I hope that helps you, and get ready for the last little bit of this series and the big reveal as to who I chose out of all those dates. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.